Hey everyone, my name's Max, and boy, these Instagram ban waves have been hard. A few months ago, one of our creators messaged us in a panic. No warning, no strike, no email. She woke up, opened Instagram, and her account was gone. I think she had 436,000 followers, so it was pretty devastating. At first, we assumed she must have done something wrong. Maybe she posted something risky. Maybe she got mass reported. Maybe she violated a policy without realizing it. But then it happened again. And then another creator lost her account, and again, across different creators, different niches, different size. And then our group chat started blowing up, our verified group chats, where everyone was telling us, hey, look, something's happening. We had tens of thousands of, and I think now we've had tens of thousands of accounts go down. Some were fitness creators, some were lifestyle, some were, pretty wild in what they were posting, and that was reasonable. But we had just regular accounts go down, and we weren't sure what was happening. Some weren't even promoting anything remotely controversial. That's when we realized this wasn't an isolated incident, and something bigger was happening. And once we started digging into the data, a very different picture began to emerge. Every platform eventually tightens enforcement, and this lays it out pretty well. In 2018, I think it was Tumblr's adult content ban, and then 2021, OnlyFans content policy scare, where they banned all adult creators, then unbanned them, and that was wild. In 22 to 24 was TikTok's moderation crackdown, which I think all of us, if you're listening to this, you probably were part of OFM at the time and saw that happen. And this year, last year, we've had this Instagram ban wave, which has been brutal. And it's been a lot stronger than any other time before, and we think we know why. The funny thing, though, is everyone acts shocked when this happens. But if you've been a creator in this space long enough, you've seen this movie before. So every few years, we do have a major crackdown, and this is one of them. Risk management becomes a priority. And when that happens, enforcement gets tighter. We're watching Instagram enter the phase right now. And the question isn't whether things have changed. The question is why. I think most creators think Instagram is hunting adult content, but that's not the case at all. That's the obvious conclusion. But I don't think that's what's happening, because if it were, the bans would be much more predictable. Instead, what we're seeing is fitness creators get hit, business coaches get hit, affiliate marketers get hit, pages that look completely harmless get hit. Even the slightest bit of cleavage gets it. The answer is that Instagram isn't trying to identify creators, it's trying to identify risk. And that's a completely different objective. To understand why that's important, we need to look at who's actually making these decisions now. Because, spoiler alert, it's not human. And the real enemy isn't your content. Imagine trying to review every photo, video, caption, comment, bio, and direct message on Instagram. It's impossible. That's what Instagram tried to do before. No company can hire enough people to do this. So Meta solved the problem the way every giant tech company solves the problem. They handed it to machines. And today, the vast majority of moderation decisions happen before a human ever sees the account. An AI scans the content, scores it, categorizes it, and decides whether you're trustworthy or not. Now, the scary part, the AI doesn't know who you are. It doesn't know your intentions. It doesn't understand context the way humans does. It simply looks for patterns, and simply those patterns are wrong. If something in those patterns are wrong, it takes action. And so what's the AI looking for? Most creators obsess, and managers obsess over content. They ask, is this photo too risky? Is this reel too suggestive? Will this caption get me banned? But content is only one piece of the puzzle. Think of Instagram like a security guard at an airport. Nobody gets stopped because of one thing. People get stopped because multiple things start looking suspicious together. Maybe your content triggers one signal, your link triggers another, your DM activity triggers a third. Individually, they're harmless, but together they tell a different story. And that's why most creators get blindsided. They're focusing on one signal while the platform is evaluating 5. This was probably the biggest surprise we found. Most creators think they're managing accounts. Instagram isn't. Instagram is trying to identify people. Just think about this. If somebody gets banned for violating policies, what's stopping them from creating a new account 5 minutes later? From Instagram's perspective, banning usernames isn't enough. They need to identify the infrastructure behind those usernames. So we're talking the device, the network, the behavior, the patterns. And that's why we're seeing restrictions cascade. One account goes down, then another, then another. Not because the accounts were identical, because Instagram believes the person behind them was. And this is mostly true, right? Most of us have one Instagram account on a bunch of Graphene OS phones or whatever it might be, or sorry, the other way around, where we have a bunch of Instagram accounts on one Graphene OS phone. So most creators think bans actually happen instantly, but they don't. One day you're fine, the next day you're gone, but that's usually not what happens. It's usually not the case. The reality is a lot more dangerous. Imagine you're driving a car, everything feels normal, the engine sounds fine, the steering feels fine, but deep inside the dashboard, warning lights have already started flashing. Instagram works the same way. Long before an account gets suspended, the platform often starts quietly reducing thrust. Reach begins to fall. Recommendations start slowing down. Certain features become limited, and you've seen this. You should be checking your account daily. If not daily, bi-daily. I check bi-daily. They assume engagement is down because of the algorithm. They assume it's a bad week. They assume they're posting at the wrong time. Meanwhile, the account is moving from green to yellow behind the scenes. And once you hit orange, the window to recover gets much smaller. The biggest mistake isn't getting flagged. The biggest mistake is not realizing you've been flagged. Let's play a quick game here. Imagine your Instagram. You have 2 creators. The first creator logs in every day at exactly the same time, posts content, checks analytics, logs out. That's it. No comment, no scrolling, no stories, no conversation, nothing. The second creator behaves completely differently. Some days they're active for 5 minutes, some days for an hour. They watch stories, reply to messages, like posts, leave comments, follow accounts, browse content, check out Sophia Rain's thing, all that stuff. Now ask yourself a simple question. Which account looks more human? And remember, you're Instagram right now. That's exactly what Instagram's trying to determine. Because advertisers don't pay Instagram for bots. They pay Instagram for real people. And platforms reward behavior that looks authentic. The irony is that many creators become so focused on growth that they stop acting like users. And when that happens, they start looking suspicious to the very same system that they're trying to please. And this is probably the most underestimated risk in the entire presentation, because most creators think Instagram only sees links sitting in their bio. It doesn't. Imagine you're a detective investigating someone. You don't stop at their front door. You follow where they go, who they talk to, who they are connected to. Instagram does the same thing. When you place a link in your bio, Meta's system doesn't just inspect the first page. They often follow the entire path. Where does it redirect? What platform does it eventually reach? What reputation does the destination have? What other accounts are sending traffic here? And these all connect to a broader web. And suddenly something interesting happens. A creator with perfectly clean content can inherit risk from a destination they've linked to. That's why some creators spend months obsessing over content while completely ignoring the thing that causes the actual problem, which is the funnel. So at this point, you might be thinking, why bother? If the platform is this strict, why not go somewhere else? And honestly, that's exactly what a lot of creators are doing. The problem is, though, that every platform has weaknesses. TikTok can be even more aggressive. Reddit depends on those absolutely crazy moderators. Twitter is overcrowded. Dating apps are constantly patching traffic methods. Instagram still has something the others don't. That's depth. Please don't just watch content on Instagram. People don't just watch content on Instagram. They follow creators. They watch stories. They reply to polls. They build habits. And that's why, despite everything we're talking today, Instagram remains one of the most valuable platforms on the internet. A few years ago, standing out was easy. You could follow trends, use the same audio everyone else was using, post similar content, and still grow. Today, that's almost impossible because everybody is doing the same thing. Open Instagram right now, scroll through your feed. You'll notice something immediately. The same hook, the same caption, the same poses, the same editing styles, the same personalities. Everything starts blending together. And when everyone looks the same, nobody becomes memorable. The creators winning today aren't necessarily creating better content. They're creating more recognizable content. They have a specific identity, a specific voice, a specific aesthetic, and you know who I'm talking about. It's so important to get this down. You know it's them before you even see their username. And there's another benefit. The more unique your brand becomes, the harder it is for automated systems to confuse you with the millions of other generic accounts flooding the platform. Specificity isn't just a growth strategy anymore, it's a survival strategy. But here's the part that most people miss. Every enforcement wave creates fear, but every wave also creates opportunity. Think about what happens every time an account disappears. The audience doesn't disappear. Those followers still open Instagram tomorrow. They're still scrolling. They're still watching reels. They're still looking for creators to follow. The attention remains. Only the creator is gone. And that means someone else is about to inherit the attention. Every major platform reset creates a transfer of opportunity, and this is so important. You can't give up. The creator who built weak foundations lose visibility. The creators who adapt gain market share and really win, right? They're the ones that really crush in the end. That's why the smartest operators aren't panicking right now. They're auditing, they're testing, they're improving, strengthening their systems, because they understand something most people don't. The goal isn't surviving this ban. The goal is being one of the creators left standing when it's over. And when that happens, there's less competition, more attention, and a bigger audience waiting for who prepared properly. Here's what most people miss. Every challenge creates opportunity. And enforcement increases, many creators will quit. As enforcement increases, many creators will quit. Many agencies will refuse to adopt. Many accounts will disappear. This creates space. The creator who pay attention to data, improve the systems, strengthen their brand, and adapt quickly will benefit the most. Every post teaches you something. Every result contains information. The winners aren't necessarily the creators with the biggest audiences today. They're the creators who learn fast. The biggest mistake creators and managers can make during every enforcement wave is believing things will go back to normal. They won't. Tumblr never came back. TikTok didn't go back. Instagram won't go back either. This is the new norm. And honestly, that's good news because most creators won't adapt. Most creators will keep doing exactly what they've always done. Just blame the algorithm. Complain about unfair enforcement. Wait for things to change. Meanwhile, a small group of creators will study what's happening, adjust their system, protect their accounts, strengthen their brands, and quietly absorb the audience left behind. Every ban wave creates losers, but it also creates winners. The question is, which side of this will you be on 6 months from now? If you want me to review your Instagram account, please drop your handle in the comment section, and I'll take a look at it and I'll do it live, and you'll get some feedback for free. If you want one-on-one consultations, reach out to me. There's a link, and I'm happy to jump on a call with you, and we can review your account and review your situation and see what we can do to upgrade the situation. You guys have a great day.